A lot of waiting and watching.
Indeed. Jeff Paul, back to you as the news warrants. As always, Jeff, thank you. Let's bring in Army veteran Derrick Anderson, Rabbi Chaim Menz from Chabad of Bel Air in Los Angeles, and Israeli Special Operations veteran Aaron Cohen. Thank you all for coming on. Aaron, to you first. I want to put up this New York Times. Israel was less flexible in recent Gaza ceasefire talks, documents show. Goes on to say Mr. Netanyahu has in fact added new conditions to Israel's demands, additions that his own negotiators fear have created extra obstacles to the deal. I'm always baffled as to why the New York Times is going after Israel at all times. Hamas has been unwilling to concede one thing, and they're constantly scolding Israel.
Look, Trace, here's where I'm at with this. I can't speak to the New York Times. Obviously, they're biased. Obviously, they're in somebody's pocket. Obviously, they're pushing a narrative here along with another group of collective media, conglomerates. Here's where I'm at. Bibi understands, which means you need to understand the mentality and the language of the Islamists. We're not dealing with the traditional Arab wars, 67, 73. This is different. These are people that even the Saudis, the Bahrainis, the Jordanians, these are groups of militant extremists that have been causing noise and problems and bloodshed throughout the Middle East since the late 60s and early 70s, when Israel had to develop this apparatus for terrorism. So what I believe, and I think Bibi understands very well, he lost his brother at the Entebbe raid, which is a result of a hostage siege from terrorism. Hamas doesn't want a deal, Trace. Right. They've never wanted a deal. And the reason why is because the moment those cameras aren't on Gaza anymore, they become irrelevant. And Hamas knows it, and Iran knows it.
General Pat Ryder said the following here, quoting, Secretary Austin has ordered the USS Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group, which is equipped with F-35C fighters, to accelerate its transit to U.S. Central Command, adding to the capabilities already provided by the USS Theodore Roosevelt Carrier Strike Group. To you, Derrick Anderson, there has got to be some intel saying this attack is imminent, because there's clearly a sense of urgency.
Yeah, Trace, what I also think is interesting is that Biden and Harris continuously talk about this de-escalation and ceasefire, while all the meanwhile, we see that we have hostages still being held. We see Hezbollah attacking in the northern part of Israel, piercing the Iron Dome. We see Iran and them continuously threatening to attack over and over again. What I see is that this is coordinated. Hamas now is saying that they want to come to the table for a ceasefire. All the meanwhile, they're having their buddies do their bidding. They have Iran continuously saying, hey, we'll attack you. We have Hezbollah in the north. It's kind of this push and pull that we've seen over the course of several months, that when Hamas starts pushing up, that Iran and Hezbollah start pushing back. So I see that that's why these forces are likely being deployed. But again, these are all things that could have happened over the last few months. But when you have weak leadership, our enemies will continue to be emboldened.
Yeah. Moving on to the Free Beacon now. Who is Elon Goldenberg, Rabbi? Kamala Harris's new liaison to the Jews. It goes on throughout his professional career, both in and out of government. He has served as a public defender of the Democratic Party's criticism of Israel, a critic of the GOP's efforts to strengthen ties with the Jewish state, and a proponent of deepening diplomatic relations with Iran. He appears to be anti-Israel.
Yes. Coming onto the show, I had to do some research. And he has an unbelievable interview in 2019 where he went and said straight up, he's like the Obama plan. He loves it. What was the Obama plan? Let's give Iran money. Let them sell oil, but we'll be very careful on the nuclear bomb. Then the question came up, what are we going to do about the terrorists? You're giving terrorists. And Obama went and said then, and this is part of the Harris plan, Biden plan, and this is it. The bomb we're worried about. Terrorism, it's okay. We can deal with it as long as they don't get the bomb. And that's why you see till today, the Israelis are constantly under terrorist attack. Whereas under Trump, he shut off the money. He made them have zero money to do anything. They couldn't pay for anything. Yeah. And that's why Trump was phenomenal for the Jewish people in Israel.
Yeah, I've got literally 30 seconds for each of us to go around the horn. What's the normal tactic? Do you attack at night, Aaron Cohen, the daytime, or does it matter?
As far as Iran attacking Israel, well, I believe Iran is going to avoid doing what they did. They attacked at night last time, and they also attacked during another Jewish important day. So I think they're going to switch it up. I think it's going to be more guerrilla style. I think we're going to see more cyber warfare. I think it's going to be more directed at the U.S. upcoming election.
Derrick Anderson, any chance that Hezbollah in the north of Israel and Iran both attack simultaneously?
Yeah, Trace, I think there could be a situation where that happens. But ideally, I think that they're going to kind of play chess right now, right? Right now, Iran is saying what they're saying. They're, saying they're going to attack in the next 24 hours. But last week, Hezbollah was the one that was doing the attacks up in the north. So I think that they'll do little attacks here and there. I think Iran, I agree with Aaron that it could be a cyber attack. If they're going to do anything kinetic, it would likely be at night.
Yeah. Lastly, Rabbi, I want to put these pictures on. 405 freeway, busiest freeway in the country, shut down today by Israeli protesters. It starts all over again.
This is a civil rights issue. They should not be allowed to do this. I don't know how anybody's able to shut down a freeway. People could have been going to the hospital, and this is not called free speech. This is called civil disobedience.
Yeah. Rabbi, Aaron Cohen, Derrick Anderson, thank you all. Coming up, a Fox News at Night exclusive with actor Dennis Quaid. He said my recent interview with him about his new movie, Reagan,